with thanking the organizers, World Prize Foundation, CIMIT, all other institutions involved to support this dialogue. As the name of dialogue is DialogueNEXT, right? I mean, I think we are looking at what we need to do together to take farmers forward. For too long, I think we have always spoken or focused on either productivity, how do we create food security, and or we have also looked at what about sustainability in terms of, what needs to be done to protect the environment. At times, there has been larger discussion about overall ecosystem. But we feel that the focus on farmers has been missing from a lot of these dialogues. And especially if in India, if you see whether the green revolution we got in early 60s or in last 30 years, the revolution we got in terms of the fruits, the vegetables, and other things. Through this 50 or 60 year period, you would see that country did well, our granaries are full, India started exporting agriculture. But by and large number of farmers still have not really participated into the prosperity. And why so? And how that can be changed? Our journey in terms of work which we have done, my grandfather did farming, my father started as a farmer and decided to set up an institution which would work for small farmers, but ensure that every farmer with whom we build a relationship or whom we touch will not remain small. And what I mean by that is that he would become a progressive farmer, he would become more productive, and at the end, he must become more prosperous. And he must also look at agriculture as something akin to business. Friends, India has 120 million farmers, as all of us know, and numbers can go a little bit here and there. And on an average, 5 or 6 people depending on those farmers. So you're looking at 600 million people, right, directly impacted by agriculture. And that's a massive number. There is no other country where there's such a large dependence on agriculture, on rural area, in terms of taking country forward. We are already talking that India has become 4th largest economy in the world. Our Prime Minister has said by 2047 we want to be a developed country in the world. And I earnestly believe that unless we take farmers full scale into the mainstream of that growth trajectory and go beyond the GDP number, India would not really become a developed nation. It is not possible. And for that, we need to bring a silent but sustained revolution which is focused on productivity and prosperity of even 1 or 2 acre farmers. In our own small way, we have done this work over last 4 decades especially. And I'll share with you a few examples. Let's talk about sugarcane, a crop which kind of guzzles water, but it is quite a popular crop for farmers. We have now even small farmers, and I'm talking of a farmer which is doing only 2 or 3 acres. Average India for the sugarcane production is hardly about 25 tons per acre. We have now farmers who are taking 100 tons per acre. And mind you, this number of production and productivity scale is higher than, let's say, a customer we also have in Brazil who is doing 10,000 acres of farming or 20,000 acres of farming. So small farmers can create world-beating productivity, and that is possible, and that is feasible, and that is being practiced. So that's a very important thing. I'll give you another example. We do a lot of work with the banana as a crop. We provide farmers planting material, irrigation solution, how to do the entire farming. And friends, you would be surprised to know, 10 years ago, India did not export any bananas. And this year, India would export bananas worth, 4 to 5,000 crores, or let's say $500 million. And if you think about banana, right, you think of the term comes Banana Republic, because there are these plantation companies in Costa Rica, Honduras, Panama, all these countries, who kind of influence the government. That's how the word Banana Republic came. In India, none of that. On an average, for a farmer who is producing and is helping create these exports is having 2 or 3 acres of land. Again, their productivity is very good. And these farmers, mind you, there are some farmers here, and farmers do all types of farming. These farmers are making somewhere between 3 to 5 lakh rupees per acre per year net profit I'm talking about, right? And that has been possible with this kind of a productivity revolution. And also, when you're using drip or sprinkler irrigation, you're of course saving water, but not just saving water, right? You're also saving the soil, so that topsoil is not moved away with the flood irrigation. And then if you have right planting material, right seeds, the productivity is very high. You also create disease-free varieties. When you look at Indian farmer, especially 3 to 5 acre small farmers, not only that they need irrigation support and solution, not only that they need good seeds or planting material to support them, but they need also a lot of hand-holding in terms of knowledge. So while our company has been doing mostly irrigation or planting material, etc., but we impart a lot of knowledge to the farmers from sowing to harvesting. There has to be a complete transmission of knowledge at the ground level. We as a company have 3,000 acres of farm, and I think there are not many companies in India or in the world who have such large level of farms, which are 100% only dedicated for demonstration and for training of the farmers. We have more than 1,000 agriculture graduates and postgraduates. We have more than 60 people who are PhD and doctorates, who are working tirelessly across different 50 crores across all the agriculture sciences to create solutions for the farmers which matter to him quickly. Not a boardroom discussion, not a laboratory or you write a lot of papers and conference and research and all of that, but something which he can go and practically implement in farm in a short period of time. Friends, my father, founder of the company, through his life, he said that my life should get defined by 3 L's. First L was land, second L was library, and third L, laboratory. Through using knowledge, using technology, and staying true to the motherland, the soil, I think we are already helping bring a significant change on how things are done. As all of us deliberate about farmers and about DialogueNEXT and about sustainability, I think it is important to see that whether and how we can treat farmers as entrepreneurs. If you step back and look at, we are in business, right? We take risk, and all of us take risk one way or the other. But the amount of risk farmer takes, nobody else takes in the world. No other business takes. And most important, especially in India, farmer is unable to set his price up at what cost or at what price he should sell his produce. And that's unfortunate. Now, we as a company also wanted to help him on that, and we have set up a company where we buy from farmer what he grows, the fruits, the vegetables, the onions, the garlic, the bananas, the mangoes, so that he also gets a market. Today, unfortunately, large number of farmers do not get access to the market or right prices. Their production cost goes up, but they sometimes throw the goods. So after all the hard work you do for 6 months, 9 months, end result is nothing. So risk mitigation for farmer is very critical. They are the guys who take, as I said, more risk than anybody else. But if we treat them as an entrepreneur and devise policies which would help, like we help business and industries time to time, one way or the other. Same way, if we look at agriculture as an industry, we look at farmer as business people and entrepreneurs, and we look at the entire ecosystem should be based and focused on not keeping farmer where are. A lot of time people are thinking about incremental stuff. Okay, farmer was doing rice in a particular manner, let us help him to do rice in a different manner. But friends, you can do rice without any water on the field, right? That's feasible, that's possible. And I'm going to take a couple of minutes, my time is up, but we have now able to see that farmer can grow rice where there is no water can be seen on the field. And that's a transformational, right? That's a revolutionary. And still he can get 15% more rice. And imagine there is 100 million hectares under rice and wheat, where if you bring good technologies, it can totally change not only ecology, in terms of water saving and all of that, but also productivity, also health of the people working, and when you do grow rice, there is no methane gas emission, because standing rice, water which you do in standing rice creates almost 15% of the gas emissions going to the atmosphere from the agriculture, which you can avoid. And there are so many examples, time is too short to share those. But what I would like to say is that we need to work in a holistic manner to provide complete solutions. And as I said, irrigation is one, planting material seeds is another, solar water pumps which can give him access to consistent energy is a third, access to the assured marketplace is another, and that can be done with some support from the government, but rest also mantle can be taken by private sector, because it is in interest of private sector that if a farmer is doing well, farmer is prosperous, then automatically it becomes easier for the companies or value chain also to function in an efficient manner. Friends, in our journey, over a period of time, we have reached out to more than about 10 million farmers and help them to become more productive, help them to transform themselves, right? And they have taken enormous risk in this journey, and I'm very proud to say that for us, most important thing is a smile on a farmer's face. And we have now millions of farmers who are smiling, who are doing well, but work is not done. As I said, we have reached to 10 million farmers, and there are 120 in India alone, and we work around the world also. But we need to stay focused. Job is not done. It is going to take another 2 or 3 decades to bring a complete solution at the door of every single small farmer. And as I said, we want them not to just remain small, but grow in life, have better life, what you call quality of life than what they had in the past for centuries together. And not only become prosperous, but become very productive members of the entire ecosystem of the country, and are very proud members. We believe as long as you find ways of working together with the farmers by providing them dignity and prosperity, if you are able to do both, I think that is what is the dream and the vision my father had. And our company's vision is leave this world better than you found it. And I think every single day, every single hour, 12,000 people working in Jain irrigation, all the work which we have done around the world, which we are working in 100 countries, we are focused on this particular commitment. And I think these 2 days seminar being held here is a right time. I think world is changing, India is changing, Indian farmers are changing, and I hope over next decade or so, we would see so many more positive success stories coming from farmers, where we as private sector, as well as, and people who are committed to agriculture, this is our DNA, we can really bring about positive transformational solutions. Thank you very much.